Hey guys, Creator Mom, happy Tuesday. I hit the wall of exhaustion again. and it's funny because lately I feel like my body has been wanting to be more active. Like when I hit exhaustion before, and I started doing a lot of restorative yoga, a lot. And it was really good. And then I kind of came to a point where I was like, oh, like I didn't feel like in my body like I really wanted to do much restorative yoga anymore, or I was like pulling back from doing it a little bit. And so I started doing other things, and then kind of going more stents without doing restorative yoga. And then so then what's been happening is like I'll hit a wall. I'll hit an exhaustion wall, and I'll know it. But the thing I don't like is I know it after the fact, like after I've had like a symptom of exhaustion. I'm like, oh God. Like, it's almost like, oh, I wish I would have done it preemptively so I didn't hit that wall. But I guess it's all learning. But yeah, there's nothing wrong, I guess, with seeing the sign and being like, oh yeah, that's the sign. I need to do restorative yoga. And then I thought, restorative yoga, the ego is like, oh, I wish we didn't have to do restorative yoga. Like, we could have done something better with our time. We could have done, Pilates class or whatever, and the ego is like that. The ego thinks that when you meditate or when you do something restorative, that you're doing nothing. It's so egoic. It's just like, that's the ego part of the mind. It's the part of the mind that gets angry, like when it's told to not to worry, to relax, to meditate. It's the part of the mind that says, I gotta do something. If I don't do something, then there's no value behind it. If I'm not striving, or if I'm not sweating, or if I'm not doing something that society deems as productive, then I'm doing nothing, right? It's just ego. And so the ego is what I come up against after, doing restorative yoga. That's that part of me that says, oh, I wish I didn't have to do that. Like, I wish I could have done something more productive or better with my time. Something that's actually going to have a good, that's actually going to do something for my body or something. But it's just like the ego doesn't fucking understand rest and restoration. It's almost like the ego sometimes only understands work, do. But that's all fine and dandy to be productive and do things, but it's like it's like there's another side of us to tend to. And so the ego doesn't like rest. It doesn't like rest. It doesn't like trust. It doesn't like when it's not doing nothing. When it's doing nothing or whatever. And restorative yoga is definitely not doing nothing. It's not nothing. It is doing something. So yeah, because you're not sweating, because it's not promoted as something to do to get a hot body, the ego's like, it frowns upon it. Anyways, that's just like a personal process. I don't know if anyone else experiences those types of thoughts and ideas. And it was funny because as soon as I got into my restorative child pose position, I got a picture in my mind. And it was funny because I wasn't even thinking about anything in regards to this. It just kind of came to me, and it was the picture of Jesus. The story about the woman caught in the act of adultery, and people are surrounding her with their stones, ready to stone her. And I thought, that's a mental drama. That is a mental drama. And then Jesus comes in and says, whoever of you have not sinned, like, cast the first stone or whatever. And then in this mental drama, those Pharisees that are going to throw stones at you are you. Like, they are parts of you. They're your accusers. You know, the voices that accuse you day and night, day and night. And then when Jesus comes in, or the presence of God comes in, or you allow yourself to sit, to rest, to meditate, to feel the presence of God, you know, and do nothing, as the ego or the religious mind would say, the love of God, when you feel the love of God, it basically it turns all those accusers away. And it melts them away. And Jesus says, or the love of God says, where are those accusers, right? Where'd they go? Oh, where'd they go? Oh, they're not there anymore, right? They're not there. They are you. Sure, we could say blah, blah, they're other religious people in the physical 3D, but they are you. They are inside your mind. And so it's like, it points to saying, get in that place of rest, get in that place of feeling good internally, get in the presence of God, get in that meditation, give yourself time in that, and then then the presence of God will melt them away and say, where did your accusers go? Where did they go? I think it's the only way. Feeling and being in the love and presence of God is the only way to get out of the condemnation mind, the legalistic mind, the egoic mind, the religious mind. We all have the religious mind. When people say, I always find it funny when people say, I'm not religious. Yeah, you are. I think all of us are religious. We all have religious. Atheistic people are religious. We all have religious tendencies. Those are those accusing voices that we have. That's religion. To me, that's religious. And no matter what your accusing voices are in regards to, it's religion. You're not doing enough. You're lazy. Blah, blah, blah. All those fucking stones are religion. You get into the presence of God. Get into that oneness with God. Get into that rest. Yeah, the ego's going to scream, you're not doing anything! You know? But as you sit there and feel God and be with God, it melts away. And God said, where's your accusers? Anyways, I repeated myself. So have a great day, everyone. I hope this blessed someone.